What's up everyone, welcome back to Let's Play Bayonetta. In the last episode, I had just picked up the diary page, so we'll jump into that in a moment, but first there's a little tutorial here. And this tutorial is for the Wicked Weave attacks, which I think you've already seen a few times, but this is just like the formality of it. It's the big demon hair attack at the end of a combo that does all this damage. So, about the diaries. The diaries were written by Antonio Redgrave 20 years ago, father to a character we'll meet within the next episode or two. And they mainly fill in some story gaps and foreshadow some plot twists. And, ooh, wow, I got pure platinum. Probably won't see that too many times. Anyway, I won't read all the diary pages verbatim. If you want to do that, you can go back to the last video and pause or whatever. Or you can check the wiki for the full text. I will sum them up though. So the first diary, called A Voyage Towards Truth, I think, is Antonio talking about what journalism means to him, and how he'll pursue the truth even if it costs him his life, and that if he does die pursuing the truth, in this case, the truth behind Vigrid, its history, the angels, so on, that he hopes his work will be taken up by the right person. And gee, I wonder who that will be. So anyway, what I did a moment ago was I just dodged the lightning to activate Witch Time, and that let me walk in the water to get across here. But of course, since we're going for the challenge rooms and the collectibles, I'm going to backtrack really quickly across here, and it's not too far of a journey back. It's going to be where we got that big golden key before. And what do you know? Our very first Alfheim portal. So the Alfheim rooms are, they're considered lost verses or lost sections of the game. They're not lost, hidden. So they function as challenge rooms, and they each have their own stipulation. I think there are 21 of them, and the stipulation for this one is you have 2.5 minutes to kill all of the enemies, and you can only harm them while you have Witch Time activated. From what I remember, this is by far the easiest challenge room, and it's still pretty tricky. Also, you can only take as many hits as the room gives you. In this case, I can only take 5 hits. So this really isn't too bad. I probably should have saved my torture attack for the next guy, this guy with the health bar here. I think those guys are called applauds or something to that effect. Wow, the mace does a lot more damage than I remember. Oh, goddamn, I got hit. Yeah, so this isn't too bad. I really don't like using the sword there. Just because if you're a little bit late in reacting, or if you have to get over to an enemy you're hitting, that full combo, the last hit of it usually won't make the Witch Time window. You'll usually end up wasting that last hit because Witch Time will end. I think these two enemies here are the last two for the level. Let's see, I have about 1 minute and 20 left. Yeah, they should be the last ones. I have 1 health left. That's not too good. I'm really not a big fan of trying to dodge the sword guy's attack. The one where it looks like he's that one, where he's kind of using them like scissors. I prefer to dodge the other guy and then just take this one here out as quickly as possible, because the guy with the bow, he's a little bit easier for me to dodge. That, and he gives you, it seems like you have a lot more leeway when he fires the arrow at you. Oh, and the only thing that really persists through Witch Time that you can keep hitting them with after Witch Time ends is the torture attacks and the punishes. But that's just because you start them up while you're already in Witch Time. And for our efforts, we're awarded with another Broken Moon Pearl. So I think that's the second one that we've gotten. Now we can get the hell out of here. That's 1 Alfheim portal down. 20 to go. I think this is... yeah, I'm sure this is the only one in the first chapter. So we now have all of the Broken Moon Pearls for this chapter. I feel like it keeps saying moon with an R. Anyway. Yeah, we have all the Broken Moon Pearls. for this chapter, and we have all one of the Alfheim gates done. So now we have nothing left but a few broken witch hearts, and we'll be getting them in just a moment, or we'll start getting them. But now we just do the thing that we did before, with the dodging and the hipping and the hopping. And maybe a little bipping and the bopping, but who knows. Let's see, I have 28,000 halos. Shit. Because we're coming up to Rodan, and I think I'm going to be just barely short for the two things I want, so I guess I will buy them the next time we see Rodan's shop. Since somebody pointed this out in the comments section on episode 1 about the pronunciation of Rodan's name, I looked into it. The correct pronunciation is Rodin, based on the French sculptor Auguste Rodin. Not sure if I'm pronouncing the first name correctly, but I'm pretty sure I nailed the last name. I think when you hear the character's name leaning towards Rodin, it's more that their accents are overriding the traditional pronunciation.
This town's teeming with heaven's little helpers. It's making my buddies downstairs awfully nervous.
And your point is?
Some places in this world are closer to Paradiso or Inferno. The rat hole of the town you and I live in is close to both. But the Vigridians, they got a special air about them. They're closer to Paradiso than anyone should ever be. And that shit just plain creeps me out. I guess I'm gonna have to set up shop here and score me some halos. These stupid rings are worth a fortune back home. Since it seems you're spoiling for a fight, if you come across any of these, bring them to me, and I'll hook you up.
Another one looking to line his pockets. I'm beginning to see why Enzo is so fond of you.
Real cute. But let's get one thing straight. Your fights are yours alone. I'm only here to watch my handiwork in action. So don't get any bright ideas about coming to me for help.
No. You get one thing straight. I'm not the slightest bit interested in the fact that you made these guns. If you get in my way, I will... How do the Americans put it? Oh yes. Bust a cap in yo ass.
Right on, baby. Right on.
Okay, so Rodin's our shop. We already established that. And around here somewhere we have our first broken witch heart. I think it's up here. You just have to double jump up there and climb the ledge. Yep, I see it. Let's try that again. There we go. Yep, and collecting 4 of these will increase our vitality. Now out here we're going to get another journal.
Yeah.
This is the Crystal Witch diary entry from Antonio. And here we find out that Antonio is aware of the existence of the Lumen sages and the Umbra Witches, and he reinforces a few instances of the game's running theme about duality with the sun and the moon and the two statues, the Lumen and the Umbra, all that. He talks about a pair of particularly significant statues made out of crystal called the Beltiston Crystallos. The statues were of both a witch and a sage, and they were created to aid in the training of overseeing time, which makes sense because if you remember, the witches have witch time, which is slow motion, and the sages have light speed. What's in the chest? I forget. Oh, it's another heart. I forgot about that one. So that's 2 pearls, 2 hearts. And we have an arcade bullet over here. And in the plaza, in the Fountain Plaza, we are going to have another little arena section. So here we're going to get an Umbran Tear of Blood, 1 Umbran Tear of Blood, which we aren't necessarily gunning for, but I'll get them when I see them. And since we're going to get introduced to a brand new class of enemy here, it's probably a good time to talk a little bit about the mythology side of things. So of course Bayonetta is rooted pretty strongly in Judeo-Christian mythology, and all of these angelic enemies are based on the biblical hierarchy of angels. It should be pretty obvious, but the game takes really significant liberties with all the inspirations it draws from, and this is no exception. So it arranges its enemies into what's called the hierarchy of Laguna, which is divided into spheres. The weakest being the 3rd sphere, angels, and the strongest being the singular Dea. And now, I have a little printout from the wiki here, which is a little bit more comprehensive. The 3rd sphere includes the angels, like the Affinity we've been fighting, the traditional-looking angels we've fought all game so far. And I think the, shit, they just introduced his name and I missed it. The Applaud, who we fought for the first time. Oh, I don't even remember it then. Anyway, let's see, the Affinity, the Archangels, and the Principality. The Principalities are the 3rd sphere angels. The 2nd sphere is composed of virtues like fairness, powers like the big enemy we're about to fight here, and dominions. And the 1st sphere is the domain of thrones, cherubim, and seraphim. And as a brief aside, as a writer, I really love biblical language. I mean, even though I'm an atheist, I still really love that language, that really flowery language. There's a real beauty to some of the prose. Anyway, there's also the Audicio, yeah, it should be Audicio, which are themed around the cardinal virtues. Next is the Infinite One, who's a character in the game, and I will not spoil his identity until the end. And finally, at the top of the pyramid is Dea. And then there are also the Umbra Witches and the Lumen Sages, and in contrast, there's also the Infernal Demons. But we still have a few more enemies to get through before we get to our first 2nd sphere enemy. I think after this guy will spawn. Wait for it. No, never mind. Don't wait for it. Yeah, by this point in the game, these enemies are no problem. Or at any point in the game, really. Oh, the little bastard nicked me. Oh, I'm so unhappy with that. Okay, so here is Beloved, our first 2nd sphere enemy. And, okay, I just wanted to make sure that it was Beloved and not Beauty. Anyway, also the first of the powers that we're going to fight, which, if you remember from a few seconds to a few minutes ago, just one of the ranks in the 2nd sphere. And it functions as a little mini-boss here. Oh shit, I got grabbed and he's touching me in a way that makes me feel uncomfortable. That's no good. He's not too tough to dodge. It can be a little tricky to see his hand movement when he goes to grab you, though. This angle is not a good place to be fighting him, because he's basically transparent. Yep, this is the importance of punching mythical creatures in the gooch. With your demon hair. I can't get over how fun and over the top that is. Alright, he's staggered, low health. One more will do it, and there's the climax. I am Dovahkiin. So this, I think, is the first time you're seeing the first of the infernal demons, Gamora. And Gamora here originally had little T-Rex arms, and they were cut for making him too cute. All right, down Grover. Grover. What a terrible name for a dog. It sets unrealistically high expectations, too. First, your owner is to be the president, then he has to serve 2 non-consecutive terms as president, and you have to live through all that. Oh god, what the hell am I talking about? Anyway, I'm running low on time, so I'll try to make this brief. The golden LPs, like the one I just got, are used to trade to Rodan for special items like a sword, there's a whip, I think, there's some ice skates, and so on. And you'll see what this LP that I just got turns into, I think in the next episode. I should see Rodan early on there. Before I go, though, I just want to make this announcement. This is Let's Play number 99 for me, total. And tomorrow's Banjo-Kazooie episode will be my 100th Let's Play video. And there's no hype or fanfare in tomorrow's episode, even though that's technically number 100, because it was recorded prior to this one, but still, it feels pretty great. My goals for next year are to post 1 new video every single day. That's 365 new episodes. And obviously, my other goal is to keep improving. So, thanks for making this first year of Let's Playing so fun, guys. I hope you tell your friends, rate, comment, subscribe, all that really helpful stuff. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take it easy.